Hello everyone, my name is Emily Anderson and this is a food safety video based on the FDA's 2017 Food Code. The Food Code addresses controls for risk factors and further establishes key public health interventions to protect consumer health. This video will specifically be an overview of the 3 principles listed on the right, and how they're applied to food storage in a commercial cooler or fridge that may be in a school, hospital, or a restaurant. Coolers can, of course, store large amounts of stock, including both raw, uncooked foods and prepared, ready-to-eat foods. Because of this, and because coolers can be pretty large, it's important that the items inside be organized. Coolers should be organized in a way that makes items easy to find while ensuring that the food is safe to use. The first principle outlined in the food code that we're going to cover today regards packaged and unpackaged food, separation, packaging, and segregation. The food code outlines the types of foods that should never come into contact with each other. These include raw meat, raw ready-to-eat foods, cooked ready-to-eat foods, and unwashed fruits and veggies. Proper arrangement within the cooler will prevent cross-contamination between these items. This graphic illustrates safe storage of different food items, organized by safe cooking temp. Starting at the bottom would be poultry, which requires the highest final cooking temperature, 165 degrees Fahrenheit. On the shelf above that would be ground meats, which should be cooked to 155 degrees Fahrenheit. The next shelf would include whole cuts of meat or eggs, which have a cooking temperature of 145 degrees Fahrenheit. The whole point of this arrangement is so that no meat juices contaminate the items below it as a result of an accidental spill and then cause foodborne illness. As you can see, the ready-to-eat foods are on the very top shelf so that they are at the lowest risk of being contaminated. In addition to segregating food items within the cooler, food items should also be clearly labeled so that there's no question as to what the food is or how old it is. This is stated by the food code principles listed here. The first one states that all foods except for some obvious and easily identifiable ones, like pasta, should be identified on the label. The second one states that if the food is going to be in the premises for more than 24 hours, it should be clearly labeled. And the first day of preparation should be counted as day 1. This slide shows some examples of food safety labels on different items. The food safety labels may differ but contain the same general information. They'll have the name, the date that they were prepared, the use-by date, and then the employee name or signature. This lets other employees know when to throw out the item. Different food items will have different use-by dates, and that might be determined by the facility. The food code serves as a guide that outlines how to handle food and chemical safely, along with other risk factors relevant to public health. The topics covered today are only a fraction of what's outlined in the food code. You can click on this link to learn more and read the whole document. Here's a list of the sources that I used to make this presentation.